Here's to a new day. Welcome to the Honest Work Reimagined. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm Elayna Ayo, she, her, queen, and I am a facilitator, but not just a facilitator, a design strategist. And this is my virtual workshop space with you all. There's so many meaty topics that we can focus on about the future, but the thing that matters the most to many of us is the type of work we're going to be doing. We spend 8 hours a day in that place. So, what are we doing with our time? And for many of us, that is shifting and changing, including for myself. I have most recently was a contractor at Indeed, and it was so interesting to almost like become part of a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of folks are saying we're going to lose our jobs to AI, and I was one of those people where I'm pretty sure the budget for my role was cut because of the money that the organization is investing in AI. And that's not the way that it needs to be. And especially when I hear about organizations that are like, we're not going to hire any more workers and just focus on scaling out AI to to be controlling roles. Yes, AI can be here as a teammate, but not to replace us, but to support us in our competency, support us in how we evolve the ways that we work together and make this world a more equitable place. So let's jump on in and talk a bit more about the honest work. So, just so that you know, the information that you see in the written format is not a direct transcript. I like to freestyle. I am a neuroqueer tech person. So, when I have a song in my mind, a song just might come out. When I'm flowing, you're gonna feel the flow. So, I'm making these quick and punchy to make sure that it reaches the maximum amount of people. And then the information below is a bit more in like a traditional article format to make the reading easier. Before I jump into everything, a little bit more about why you'd want to hear my perspective. Maybe you're watching because you're like, hey, I'm a black woman and I want to hear from a black woman in tech. That's cool. But what's also super cool is that I've created two innovation programs at Cisco, and I've also worked at IBM. At IBM, I got to work on products and systems that were focused on infrastructure, education, cloud, and the operations of the studio itself. And so I've worked at multiple levels and I've supported with trainings like I did when I was at Indeed, supported with product discovery training, and I've also focused on innovation projects. My last project when I was at Indeed was focused on AI for the product managers. So I'm very much entrenched in tech and I'm coming from a very human centered place. So I'm not here to talk in a lot of big terms that you may not understand. And the purpose of this is not just for tech folks, but to talk about the future of work for all of us. So, to get us going, I wanted to provide a gift for you all. I started my journey with prompt engineering in the summer of 2023. And in that time, I didn't realize the journey that I was going to like take off and blast off into. I had left my design strategy role at Cisco in January 2023, and this was the summer of 2023 where I was learning how to do prompt engineering to basically have an assistant to help me with my business, Infold Studios. Infold Studios is my consultancy where I support individuals and organizations and teams with their evolution. So, if you are seeking someone to support you with your AI transformation journey, you're interested in possibly seeing what holes you might need to patch in the organization before it is magnified by your organization's use of AI, contact me. Let's talk. So, my consultancy, Infold Studios, and Infold stands for Intuitive Nurturing of Forward Thinkers and Open Minded Leaders of the Divine. This is just me getting a chance to live out my dream of being Dr. Xavier and finding other X Men and teams that are focused on being something different in this world. And that's standing on values and allowing yourselves to keep people at the heart of everything you do. And when I learned the prompt engineering, I was like, all right, how can I bring my human centered approach into this? So, human centered design, in a nutshell, if you don't know what it is broken down into a set of methodologies and practices that support us with keeping people at the center of the products that we create. So, from our discovery phase, where we're focused on understanding what our customers want, to our prototype phase, where we would take said prototypes to our customers and hear what they think about it and feel about it. And then off into our iteration phase, where we're listening to our customers and we are allowing ourselves to iterate and change based off of how people feel about it. Maybe it's a little bit of that quant data, the number of things people have done, whatever that measurable behavior is. It all comes back to people. I say that because if there's people out there that are trying to use AI for their user testing, I'm watching you. All right. So this is called The Keys to Evolution. If you happen to have a copy of my journal, Relax and Remix, you probably heard of The Keys to Evolution. So Relax and Remix is a journal to support people with applying design thinking and mindfulness techniques in the evolution of their life. So check it out if you're in need of something like that. So, the first step in the keys to evolution is to engage. So, when you're working with AI, channel your thoughts. Allow yourself to ask layered questions. This is not just for the AI, this is for you. Get everything out. Talk in a conversation style. And then, before you hit enter, you're going to tell your AI whatever tool you're using, apply this to your Claude or to your Chat GPT, or whatever Midjourney, whatever product you're using. Allow yourself to be the director. Allow yourself to tell the AI any additional things that it needs to know to add more color and depth. And then also ask that it leaves a good amount of your original voice so that you can still have yourself come across. And now, after you have hit enter and the AI is processing everything, and in an instant you have a response, read that response and then have a dialogue, okay? Like, don't just take what it says. Make sure that you read it. Make sure that you build on what the AI is offering to you. Put it in your own style, especially if it doesn't really sound like you. And this is now going into the evolve stage where you're going to rehumanize the content and make it so that the AI shares the key information, maybe lots of complex things you couldn't look up for yourself at the time without spending more time, and then make it your own. Like, please delete the M dash. Please. So the output is uniquely yours because you have put your human centered touch over it the entire journey. One other thing I'd like to note is that if you're doing something that is very simple, like writing an email, for the love of all, just do it. Like, when it comes to something like writing a message in an email, I do it. I let myself engage in it. I don't want to lose my practice as far as like the most basic of things. And what I've noticed is like the longer that I practice this, the less I've needed AI. So now I'm all the way in the end of the summer of 2025 and I'm focused on very complex prompts and my thinking itself is sharper and I feel so much freer in my creativity. My medium is proof of it. I write a lot more poetry now and I share it, and I feel really empowered through my use of AI. So, we know the MIT study says over dependence on AI can atrophy the brain. But if we leverage AI to support us in our comprehension and our approach to what we're already doing, we can increase our brain power. We can become more aware of so many things that are happening, but at the same time, simplify the way that we're saying it because the AI will be able to organize the copy just like what you see below. So, whether you are working across any type of learning language model from ChatGPT to Claude, or if you're working in a team and you're interested in scaling it out to something bigger, like what Audrey Tang, Taiwan's first digital minister, calls the augmented group intelligence, let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. It is possible to have a human centered approach with AI, and we should really do it. So, I'm sharing this as the very first post to encourage and remind all of you to let AI be your thinking partner. Don't let it take over. You're still the director, guided along the way. AI is your junior team member. Don't trust it to do everything, okay? And if you can avoid using it, please do because our environment will thank you. So, if you enjoyed this, if you enjoy me, if you're interested in more and you want to support the honest work, be sure to be a paid subscriber. I'm going to be sharing so much more, like what I am foreseeing as the top jobs of the future, and also talking about what's up with the United States government getting a stake in Intel, something we haven't seen since 2008. So make sure that you stay locked in. If you're interested in making a one-time donation, I greatly appreciate your support, and you can send that to at Hey Elayna on Venmo. All right, my last message is for leaders and executives. If you are interested in having a coach to support your team, maybe you are a startup and you're thinking about maybe we need a fractional head of design strategy. I can do that. I can work contract and for the right conditions, a full time opportunity, or be a fractional leader to support your organization with its design, whether it's the design of the employee experience to increase care, or it is for the experience with leveraging technology. Let me know. Contact me. We will design the workshop and I will execute it focused on helping you understand your needs, evolve the way that you're doing things by creating a set of principles and prototypes so that you're not wasting a lot of time, but able to try the things that are going to connect you most to the needs that your people have. All right. Till next time, I hope you enjoyed the beginning. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And yeah, be well, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next honest work. Go forth and continue that honest work, buddy.